following material may contain sex, coarse language, and violence.
There you are, in your lonely, empty, black cave.
Okay. What shall I say? I'll pull some of the tarps back over stuff and then just head to bed. Because we stayed up talking until very late, right?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's decent. And of course, Chief Break Everything goes out looking for crime.
I mean, you could do a tour if you want.
No, it's not what I want, it's what you want.
I mean, it is something he likes to do.
I think you'd be looking for food after the bunny ate it all.
I can survive for many days with just the dew from a leaf.
Oh, that's the
and some
thing.
beans.
When we left, I would have given Wakan the keys to that apartment we used.
You know he's just going to rob it.
Of all the beans.
He's already done that.
Thank you, my friend.
Better if it's being used than not.
I will take good care of it.
Please do.
And this may seem chronographically out of place, but what with Hot Rod's mandatory party?
Someone's vibrating.
Just everything.
I know where you are before we'll go away.
It's probably not important.
What is it with today?
It's Wednesday.
Can I just give today up?
Oh yeah, something about it's mandatory party.
Yeah. So Sue will be very late. Getting home. There's a mandatory party. That he totally had. With everyone. And especially Matthew.
Just start later.
And we wouldn't have been able to drive to get people home.
No.
Couldn't just let people walk off in the night by themselves in this city. So.
Yeah, but she's got a Steve.
Oh yeah, we've got a Steve.
Yes, that's not a problem.
So we can just get other people home by drunkenly following them around buses. Generally being a menace to the populace. We're footballers, it's what happens.
If you want the light brigade. Ministers.
Damn criminals.
So you would have spent said party sitting under a table avoiding all the drunken revelry.
Yeah, okay, that's fair. Cool. So, you arrive home. How are you getting in?
If the big doors are shut, she's going to have to try scaling the walls to get in.
Do so.
Yay, my advanced ninja training.
Okay,
it worked. I might need better light.
Generally hate light.
Okay, that's a 10, so 26.
You have managed to beat the DC. Go over the wall.
Drop down into the bushes, little ninja cut, sneak, roll from bush to bush, go to bedroom.
It's just like one of the guards patrolling area is just like, what are you doing?
I don't know. Just felt appropriate.
What's funny is Steve's sitting there watching you do all this.
Yeah, she's rolling. He's just walking.
Unlocks the front door.
This is probably the most fun part of the night for her. It's just I'm out. I'm out way past curfew.
Right.
Good night.
Alright, so I guess morning happens. And we'll leave off with the gamer and Black Knight because they'll be super involved in their little thing.
Spooning.
Just because Alvin's gay doesn't mean everyone else is.
It's not gay if it's with the boys.
Except for Jeff.
Yeah.
If it's with the boys, it's not gay.
Sure it is.
This isn't some New Zealand way of saying if it's not on the field, it's gay.
No, I'm just saying, like, if you want to suck your homie's dick, like, that's not gay. You know, if it's for the boys.
This channel does not support gay.
I don't know what to say about that. That's...
What, you've not heard of a bro job?
Right, I'm done. Sorry, it just went right down with feet.
Shannon, that's the funniest thing you've ever seen.
Ken wasn't here.
I can't believe it.
Oh, your best work with that, Ken.
Okay, fuck it. The setup on that one.
Right, I would have been at home.
Yeah, cool. We're leaving you to last.
Yep.
Leaving you to absolute last because you're the least important. You and Thomas, the worst characters. Absolute worst. I don't even know why you and Layla would be having a conversation, but... So we're going to start here with this motherfucker, Mr. Bunny Have. Now, naturally, you've been sleeping on a park bench?
Well, no, I've got this apartment now. So I would have, like, hung out there for
So
the
you
night.
wanted him to buy you that mansion made of spinning rims.
But
But
this is pretty good
instead,
too.
he just gives you a slum apartment.
The apartment itself is nice.
Yeah, but you are in a slum building.
Where he belongs.
Yeah, this is fine. This makes a lot more sense for other people to think of where I would live.
Cool, let the mischief begin.
Uh-oh.
So, are you sleeping on the bed?
Yes.
Who knows what Thomas has done in that bed?
I'm sure it was cleaned.
It probably was.
It was clean. Yeah. Well, he's going to get a shock when the cleaner shows up to clean it every week.
What happened to my shit? It just keep happening to my character.
I have to make another list to find out how many tomahawks I need. So I wake up, stretch,
When you wake up, there's a rabbit on part of your face.
pat, pat.
Rolls over. Bounces off your eyeball.
Get up, stretch, and go cook some beans for my bunny.
Oh no.
Or
Ruined this apartment, dude.
or whatever other canned foods are probably stored here.
Corn? Or maize?
Go with corn today.
Peas?
Gonna mix it up.
What would Thomas Drake have cans of? Oh,
Not bacon.
no.
Well, it's all preserved foods.
Spam?
Chuck a slab of spam on.
Because there'll be like bottles of frozen fresh water and stuff. It's like a
There's also a tin of round tea.
It's like a prepper's thing. Yeah.
Round tea.
Look, the granules are round. It comes in a round tin. You call it round tea.
Like there'll be extra sleeping bags and shit in one of the closets as well. Like it's just a prepper's place to an extent,
No.
with some extra faculties.
Entire closet full of dehydrated alcohol.
Have breakfast with my little buddy.
Yeah, the decanters.
I probably, even though it is books and comics day for the cosplay contest, I've been wearing it for, this would be the third day, and it hadn't been washed. So I think he's gonna
Wash it?
set that aside to be washed tonight, because I don't even know how you wash a full-on cosplay.
Toothbrushes, rubbing alcohol, water. Not much of it though.
Let's say that I got up pretty early and I'll do that.
You spend 3 hours cleaning your.
Oh, have you showered in 3 days then? Your first shower in 3 days?
No, shower.
It might be your first shower ever.
Oh.
Oh, you had your first shower at the X Base.
Shower.
I mean, like, I don't recall you ever.
I don't often specifically mention every morning.
Because when you live in a desert, you kind of specifically need to mention how you're going about that because it's not normal.
I had an apartment before just living in.
I had a desert apartment. It was in the desert.
No, well, I mean, yes,
Like a
because it was in a
Minecraft house.
violet,
It was just dirt squares piled up with a bed, 3 furnaces.
it was pretty neat.
I got chased out of it because I made it near a beehive.
Yeah, and
While you're in the
stuff
middle of
and-
cleaning your thing, there's the sound of a collapsing universe behind you.
turn around.
Mr. Spot.
Is it River?
Yeah, of course. Who the fuck else is going to know where this place is?
I mean, Universe Man? I don't know.
Universe Man's going to come pay you a personal visit.
Maybe he was here to see Thomas. But got a little mixed
You think
up.
he's gonna pay me a personal visit?
I need to fucking be smart hunter, yeah? Yes, he would.
Just
Could have been a Harbinger.
I mean,
Harbinger would not make that much noise.
Oh, thanks. Oh,
So, this is where everyone had their big conversation.
we had a long chat into the night.
I know.
You were not there.
Your communicators were. And I'm very clever.
No doubt. You here to see me about something?
I just thought I'd come tease you for a bit before I tease the others.
Fair. I am not often teased.
Rabbit. Oh, this is tiny. Look at that. Bouncy too.
It's very durable. I saved him from a vegan.
I've been told. Yes. At least one thing was saved that day. So, do you have any hopes of winning this time?
This time?
I mean, that guy's just going to keep showing up in ridiculously great costumes.
Well, I believe he was.
Costumes.
Yeah, I believe he was told not to continue to enter.
Well, so you actually have a shot.
Yeah, although
What's the theme this time? Dystopian future? Or
comic books
Future?
or something. I was gonna pull a trick like I did last time, but if he was told not to continue for using such abilities, then I should not as well. It is only right.
I mean, is it really going to stop other mutants from cheating? We're a duplicitous bunch here now. Full of crime and envy.
I do not believe that is the point. We should be the exception, not the rule.
What's the secret to Indian dubstep? Sorry, Native American dubstep.
It's all about how you drop out of the wubs and into the Native American stuff. I was never very good with it myself, as I'm not very good with computers. Of course, they teach it in all schools for Native Americans. 50 credits.
50 credits! That's all you need to know to pass.
That and casino management.
It's up to you with
Blackjack
that.
dealing. And convenience store design.
By the time you take some beadwork and sandal making, you've got your full degree.
A doctorate.
They really teach it at school?
No. They didn't teach me very much in school. I left very early.
No, school isn't a place for smart people.
No. My school especially.
What school was that, Mr. Breakham?
I cannot remember the name. For I was not there very long, and it was a long time ago. Some run-down shithole in Vegas.
Vegas, huh? They have schools in Vegas?
A few. Basically, if you imagine a trailer park, but it is also a school. It's not all bright lights and glamour in Vegas.
And you get that impression.
Somebody has to do the low work.
So Chiefum is from Vegas. And he came here as a top show.
I did.
But now he's not doing that anymore.
No, as I changed as a person, I felt it was not right.
And now you've sicked an allegedly criminal kingpin on enemies you have.
And we'll see how that plays out.
You might want to use toothpaste on those harder bits.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I was wondering how to...
It's gritty, but not too gritty. I use toothpaste to clean my arm off.
Ah, of course. And how have you been? I've heard from the others, but not really from you yourself. How was China?
China would be great, but there's a virus. And companies and Nazis. Pushy Americans.
Ah. So it is no vacation.
Also, the giant lizards you've heard about.
Yeah, it's actually quite interesting.
I want to see one. I want to try and train one to be a pet. That'd be cool.
That would be cool. If you succeed and tame one, I would like to meet.
Xander gets a chill down the spine. What the fuck?
I mean flippant.
Yeah, Thomas too.
I know, but if anyone was capable.
Maybe you could get a baby one.
I am
Just
surprised you
still
haven't
fucking 10 feet
been
tall.
into those woods yourself to see them yet. Surely you assist Thomas with a lot.
Thomas likes to take care of things by himself.
Ah.
If I interfere before he asks, you may not notice it, but his brain will. And besides, I get enough resentment from my brother.
You think he would be unhappy?
I think he's justified.
Do you think he would be unhappy if you were put into any more harm's way? Unnecessarily.
He'd get over it.
He would. He is strong.
Good. I mean, still, nothing's going to happen to him after all. He has such good teammates to keep an eye on him. Doesn't he?
I will let no harm come to him that does not at first come to me. Unless he is attacked by all of those women. I don't think I can do much about that.
Oh god, I'm gonna have to make a special trip back to vet whatever girlfriend he picks, aren't I? Ugh. God, everything's hard for me.
Could you imagine if he somehow actually started dating a Minuteman woman?
I don't think they come in women. Or man. I think they just are, like, dehumanized units created by a corrupt military establishment to oppress a people, and then other uses for them came along.
I don't know about dehumanized.
I mean, what kind of monster would do that to people to turn them into that?
Well, they seem to... the ones we met certainly had unique personalities.
I can't imagine most human minds would be able to go through what they have to go through. Again, that's another level of destruction for what must be worse than Hitler.
Is it really that bad? I know not how they are made. Surely they did not start that tall.
Minutemen, at least the first few generations, were taken as children. and then turned into that.
That is not right.
Most of them, anyway. I understand the first generation were adults, and there were problems. At least from those files I was able to squeeze a look at.
Please don't take this too radically, but the white man does some fucked up things.
I'm not responsible for the crimes of my ancestors. I'm only responsible for my crimes. And in some very specific cases, the crimes my brother has committed.
And the crimes we failed to stop.
You're not responsible for those. At least you tried. More than other people do. I mean, we can't all be beefy McSuper.
If only.
Anyway, thanks for letting me fondle your rabbit.
No problem. I'm sure he enjoyed it.
Look, an elephant.
There can't possibly be an elephant behind me.
Fine.
I mean, I can look away if you really would prefer.
I mean, yeah.
Okay. It is quite fascinating, whatever it is that you do, though, and I'll look away.
You look back, she's still there. Yeah, you really did look away, huh? Neat. Just this vortex opens behind her and she falls back into it.
Fascinating.
Hi, Thomas. You sleeping under your base under a tarp, I think you said?
No, I probably would have, depending on the time, I probably would have woken up and I'll be like tidying up and like cleaning everything up again that I've used.
Running the vacuum around, lifting the dust so that it doesn't get too thick.
His big
Craning
mustache
around.
and his petticoat.
I haven't put on the costume again. I'm dressed in my suit pajamas.
Are those like a suit but made of soft pajama fabric? Or is it just pajamas with a suit pattern on it?
No, it's a suit made out of like soft pajama fabric.
But just on the inside.
Well, it doesn't crinkle so much.
There's the sound of 1,000 suns going supernova behind you.
Hey, River.
Sup? Oh, you're vacuuming. Too much dust.
There's always too much dust.
You're letting Bach Hans sleep in one of your apartments, huh? That's nice.
Yeah, well, I think he's homeless right now.
Homeless or an itinerant native living in his cultural ways?
I don't think a park bench is native to Native Americans.
I mean, who knows what the... Yeah, no, you're probably right.
Besides, it's not being used at the moment anyway. I have a couple of places like that, but it never comes up to use them.
No.
And how are you this morning?
Oh, you know how I do. I just went to see Mr. Walker, or Chiefum.
The Chief.
Well, you know, Chief Breakham. I thought I'd see you next, since Soviets player's not here.
Oh, that's weird.
And, you know, my brother's going to probably soak up the most of my time.
Well, we did come here to see him.
Yeah, we did. You going to be playing more Tragical Gatherings tomorrow? Today, actually?
Probably not. Maybe. We'll see what happens.
I don't even remember what my brother's supposed to be doing today, but I know he'll want to win.
Well, I'm not sure what happens if you win multiple tournaments. Do you just...
I mean, he feels good about himself and doesn't enter an existential crisis. Oh, it's Cogs of War and Worms and Hitman.
Yeah.
Oh, those are all good games.
Yeah. Didn't think yesterday would be his day, but got there in the end, I suppose.
Indeed.
And you managed to get away from your mother again?
Yeah.
Or she thinks she has you under lock and key, but actually doesn't?
Lock and key, not so much, but like it's not a waste of time them studying me at all. Not they should just requisition the studies I've already completed at Smart Tech. The information's there.
And how are you going to explain disappearing again?
Oh, I'm going to explain it by I'm going away now.
Right.
It's technically work-related.
I'm just interested to see how that excuse
It's not
goes.
so much
into
about my problems all stemming from lying, but I feel that stems more from an emotional dishonesty.
Right. I think I kind of understand what you mean. It's more about how you feel about yourself due to you failing to meet your obligations to other people.
I mean, I would have had the class to not put it so bluntly. No, I wouldn't. But yeah, it's like that.
Well,
And you?
And me? Well, I'm working on it.
Pajamas? Suit?
Very comfortable. I would recommend it.
Oh, no, I'm good.
No, I think we got through a lot of important things last night.
Yeah, I'd say.
Listening in?
Oh, of course.
You could have just shown up.
No, that would have been bad.
What makes you say that?
I don't think Xander could be as honest if I was right there. Or at least as honest as that sounded. And actually never stopped to consider how much he must detest my existence. And I don't even think he realizes it.
Well, I will say that is somewhat of a problem with Xander. It's not so much a lack of honesty, but a failure to articulate or understand the things he's actually dealing with, I think.
He's got such a negative take on everything. It's a bit of...
I'm not surprised considering the things that have happened recently.
But so much positive has also come around and he can't seem to see it.
Yeah. I mean, the same with Svetlana as well, though.
Well, that's because she has this minor complex about the storm that she accidentally kicked off.
Yeah. I think it's much more complicated to help Xander see the positive than it may at first seem. Probably due to issues during childhood with Brooke.
Yeah.
And
I already feel bad enough about that.
And your mother. Well, can you really be held responsible for those things?
I mean, children are idiots.
Hmm.
And besides, I'm not even really the same person.
Well, no one's really the same person they were.
I mean,
years
that's
ago.
very philosophical, but I mean literally. I'm not really the same person.
You would be the most aware of yourself, but I don't necessarily agree considering how you've described the process.
I mean, I would also point out that the descriptions I use are a method that you might be able to understand by analogy. The exact basis of it I tried to explain once and it didn't work. It's as close as I could get, but there are some vagaries. It's one of those things that I don't really think I can articulate properly.
Certainly. I definitely think you're somewhat guilty of catastrophizing the situation. Anything else on your mind?
I don't know, do I have to have things on my mind to talk?
No. Do you think we could train one of those lizards?
I mean, I made a joke about that earlier, but I don't think it would be responsible.
Well, that's the other thing, isn't it? Even if we solve the problem of the thing that's creating them, do we have to systematically get rid of all of them? Seems exceptionally difficult. Even the younger ones seem to be at least capable of damaging the suit.
Hmm.